They said I wouldn't make it, they laughed at my dream. Every move I made felt like swimming upstream. But yesterday I met a fan, eyes full of belief. In their gaze I saw the end to my grief.
Doubt didn't win, trust began. Looked in the mirror, saw my biggest fan. Heart beats like a drum, fight through the span. Kept on pushing, now I'm the man.
Folks called it trash, said I'd never thrive. Every word I spat, cut deep like a knife. Thought my wings were clipped, stuck in a dive. But mirrors don't lie, I saw myself alive. I put in all the hours, climbed out from the dirt. They dissed and dismissed, said I'd always get hurt. Met a fan so loyal, reflections don't lie. My biggest supporter is just me in my mind.
Through the noise and shadows I held my ground. Bumps, bruises, broken, no comfort found. But that fan smile turned my world around. Now I'm rising sky high above the sound.
Doubt didn't win and trust I began. When I looked in the mirror, saw my biggest fan. Heart beats like a drum, fight through the span. Kept on pushing, now I'm the man.
From the ashes I flew, they can't dim my flame. Every mocking voice only fed my aim. Yesterday showed me it's not just a game. Cause in my reflection I found my name.
Folks called it trash, said I'd never thrive. Every word I spat, cut deep like a knife. Thought my wings were clipped, stuck in a dive. But mirrors don't lie, I'm the man.
From the ashes I flew, they can't dim my flame. Every mocking voice only fed my aim. Yesterday showed me it's not just a game. Cause in my reflection I found my name.
Folks called it trash, said I'd never thrive. Every word I spat, cut deep like a knife. Thought my wings were clipped, stuck in a dive. But mirrors don't lie, I'm the man.
Welcome back to another Tuesday night episode of Tech Q&A. However, we are taking a little bit of a different twist to tonight. We are going to do we're actually going to do some work tonight, right? So I have the line open to answer whatever question that you have, either in the chat or if you want to call in. However, I am not going to be doing the pre-source questions because why is that? Because I want to start learning these new platforms. I have a lot of stuff to learn and a lot of stuff to work on, and I'm like, you know what? I've answered a lot of questions over the past 2 years, and I'm still probably going to keep doing them. Maybe every other week we answer questions, and then the alternate weeks we work on stuff. But I have stuff that I have these platforms that I need to learn for a variety of reasons, which I'll get into a little bit on some mindset stuff. I don't have a timer on for tonight. We're still going to keep it around 2 hours, but I'm not putting the timer. We're not having like our intervals. I'm just kind of like flowing here. A lot of things to work on, a lot of things to learn, and I just want to. And as questions come in, as chats come in, I will address those. But the focus tonight is going to be answering your questions, the questions that you have, whether you call in or ask in the chat, anything tech related, career related, whatever. And we're going to be working on the Lovable platform. And I will take you through on how I learn different things. And, share some context, share some insight. Whatever questions you have, do not hesitate to ask or click on the link that's pinned to the top of the chat to call in. I'm Tickle Druff. We are engineered to win, or as some might say, I try to annoy you to success. Whatever I can do to help, I will do it, whether it's annoy you, whether it's to motivate you, whether it's to encourage you, whether to tell you get that discipline. Let's get those reps in. I am here for that. All right. I am just looking to add as much value into your life as possible. Yes, you into your life as possible. All right. So that is the goal. That is the plan. Let me do some quick housekeeping real quick. I just have to say a big thank you so much to all of the subscribers. We have just hit 2,500 subscribers on the channel. Thank you so much to all of the subscribers. Those who are brand new to the channel, appreciate every last one of you. Those who have been with me for a very long time, I appreciate you as well. Shout out to all of you.
I appreciate you.
And a big salute and shout out to all of my tech barbarians, my tech prodigy members, my technical explorers, those Patreon members who are putting in so much work day in and day out, learning, leveling up, trying to get to the next step. Shout out to you. We are the best.
We the best.
And I can never ever forget, shout out to my tech mercenaries. Those are the YouTube members who keep the channel up and running, allowing me to come in here day in and day out. Let's get it.
Let's get it.
All right. Next up, really quick announcement. Tomorrow morning, we're going to be continuing with our large language model. It's like we are drifting more and more towards AI on this channel, right? Which is awesome. I use AI for so many things in my workflow. And tonight, like I said, we're going to be getting into Lovable. Tomorrow morning, we're going to go back to our large language models, learning how to integrate with these different AI platforms. What did we do yesterday? Yesterday, we were working on tools for our chatbot, right? So we are learning. We're working towards if you look at the breakdown of this channel, right? We have AI in the mornings, Mondays and Tuesdays, or Mondays and Wednesdays. We have cybersecurity ethical hacking on Thursday nights, and then we have DevOps on Sunday. So everything that is so tightly integrated from like infrastructure and data centers, deployment, all of that, to keeping our systems safe and secure, to learning how to build technology so that we can go faster, more efficient, but in a safe way, and have the necessary infrastructure scale to do it. The whole complete package, right? The whole complete package. And that is what I'm learning to do, right? So just wanted to share that. So for you guys to come on board and learn with me. So tomorrow morning, large language models. Tomorrow at noon Eastern time, we're going to be premiering the software explorations concept and overviews. We're going to be talking about how to create a bucket, but this time not through the console, not through the terminal, but through Python code. We're going to be writing a little bit of Python code in order to create a bucket, and in the following week, then we're going to use that same Python code to upload a file to the S3 bucket. All right, that we're creating tomorrow. Right, so definitely want to tune in. You need this stuff if you want to be in tech. This is where tech is going, right? AI, DevOps, infrastructure, cloud engineering, cybersecurity, and I dip and dabble, slowly learning week by week, precept upon precept, so that we can run it up together. So that is what we have upcoming for the next couple of days. We're going to continue on with ethical hacking on Thursday night, of course, and so forth. All right. Let's see what else. Anything else? Those are all the announcements to get started. Do me a big favor though, if you have not done so already, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know every time we go live and drop new content. As well, go to techcotrap.dev, sign up today for access to exclusive content. You can get access to all the past videos that I did. The sprint reviews, I'm going to be uploading some more sprint reviews. I have a video that I'm working on to edit and upload to the Patreon as well. That's going to be a Patreon exclusive for tiered members. And this coming Saturday, Rod Brown and I are going to connect. I'm going to be talking to him about it's going to be around 2 p.m. Eastern time in the Patreon / Discord, and we're going to be talking about his background, his journey into tech. How does he balance his content with his job and everything like that. So we're gonna have a great conversation on Saturday. Looking forward to seeing all of you there in the Patreon techcoachralph.dev. I'm gonna put the post in the Patreon like either tonight or early tomorrow morning. Thumbnail, link to it, all that good stuff. So looking forward to seeing you there, right? But those are all of the announcements for today. I'm gonna check the chat and then I'm just going to talk off the top of my head about some things that I'm seeing, some good things that are happening for me, which might not be as good for you because you might have not did what I advised you to do, what I recommended you to do, and now I'm getting the opportunities that could have, should have, would have been yours if you were to just follow along, right? But let me say hello to all of my friends in the chat, and then we will get to working, all right? We'll have a conversation, we'll get to working, all right? So let me see who we have in the building. First and foremost, we got my guy Junior in the building. Junior says, what's up, family? What's good, Junior? Always a pleasure and a blessing to have you. And I know, see, Junior, I'm starting to learn your schedule. I know tonight's Bible study, so for the short amount of time that I have you, thank you so much for being here and spending your time with me, allowing me to add value into your life. We have Philip Baruth in the building. Says, thanks, man. No, Philip. Thank you.
I appreciate you
for tuning in and allowing me to add just a little bit of value into your life. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the chat or click on the link to call in, and I'll be more than happy to have a conversation. If anybody clicks on the link, you do not have to be on camera, but you can be if you want. So just want to say thank you, though. I appreciate you for being here, and you could have been there's millions of YouTube channels, and you chose to be here and leave me a comment, leave in my chat. So thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I truly appreciate that. We got my guy Wave Nerd in the building. What's up, Wave Nerd? How are you doing today? So hello, good people of the chat and Tech Coach Ralph. What's up, Wave Nerd? Shout out to my guy Wave Nerd as always. And we have the one, the only Rock the Scrubs Roxy in the building. Says, good evening, Tech Coach Ralph, and everyone. Good evening to you as well, Roxy. How are you doing? Hopefully you are doing phenomenal. Let's see. Oh my goodness, we got Magnetar in the building. Says, Sith Coach Ralph.
You don't know the power of the dark side.
Shout out to my guy Magnetar, always looking to add value. Look, if anybody needs to know how to get into federal employment, all the ins and outs, you got to check out Magnetar's 2-hour walkthrough that he did in the Tech Coach Ralph Patreon. I already have the first segment clipped up. It is available to all members, whether you are a tiered member or a free member. That is available to you if you want to learn about federal employment, how to get on usajobs.gov, not .com, .gov. Magnetar walks us through. I'm working on the second portion of it to put that out there as well. So thank you so much, Magnetar. That was a gift, and you did not have to do that, but you did. So that is truly appreciated. All right. Let's see. And Philip says, I'm new here too. Thank you so much. I am so happy to have you here. And if anything I can do for you, just let me know and I will make that work. Let's see. Philip says, I'm a QA engineer looking for a job. Okay. Well, that's not necessarily a question, but let me know about your background. How long have you been in QA, or are you transitioning to QA? Are you new to QA? And I will give you whatever insight that I can. Let's see. Magnetar said, did somebody say federal? We know how Magnetar gets when he hears the word federal, he just comes running, right? All right. So let's get into this real quick. Let me just drop that banner down really quick. We are doing that one. All right, cool. So like I said, anyone is free to click on the link. We can have a conversation. You can ask me a question in the chat. I will spend as much time as necessary to answer your question or to have a conversation with you. I'm not starting the timer. Once it gets around the 9:30, 9:45 mark, I know that's my cue to head out. But I just want to, like I said, tonight I just want to work on, like, I just want you to see how my mind works when it comes to learning new things. And I'll start off with this, right? So let's have this conversation real quick. So I wanted to test ChatGPT, right? And I'm using the free version of ChatGPT. I wanted to test ChatGPT, and I said, um, give me an app idea. And I spoke about this a little bit in the morning yesterday on Talk That Tech, and I said, give me an app idea for a mobile app that would help toddlers with I'll just tell you, with like potty training, right? And so it gave me a list of ideas, and it says, do you want me to sample out any one of these, right? I said, yeah, give me the first one. So it started like giving me all the details, and I said, let me see how far I can push this. And this is with the free version. I don't know how the paid version would do, but this is with the free version, right? A little bit outdated, but it said, okay, you can use this, and like, here's what the app can do. It's a game. Here's what the app can do. And I said, okay, yeah, I like that. It says, do you want me to give you the startup code? I'm like, yeah, give me the startup code. So it gave me that. A little bit outdated, had to work on it, clean it up. But I'll tell you this. Over the past few days, I don't know if I started on Friday night or Saturday. One of those days I started, right? And I was able, no, it had to be, I think it was Saturday, because I went to jiu-jitsu on Friday night. I don't know. But either way, it gave me the code, and I started implementing it, ran into some errors, and I was able to do some research, and I just kept saying, give me the more code, give me more code, give me more code. Technically, I was vibe coding. However, with my vibe coding, I ran into a lot of limitations and errors that I had to research and see how to fix it, right? And all that to say is, all that, and I'm gonna do something similar to that tonight as we learn Lovable with ChatGPT. But all that to say is, there are so many opportunities out there that you can use to learn and to grow. And I'll be honest with you, right? This past couple of weeks, as I have seen people regressing, right? Like, I'm telling them, like, that you should do, if here are the things that you should follow, right? In order so that you can be where you say that you want to be. And I see a lot of regression, like conversations that I've had for over a year now with people, and it's like going into regression, going backwards instead of progressing, they're regressing and stuff like that. And I'm like, pulling away. And a lot of people that I was working with, a lot of them are gone for whatever reason that they had, whatever reason that they came up with, whatever. When people say that, oh, I've got to stop for XYZ reason, I'm like, all right, cool. But guess what happens though? If anybody's seen the movie Step Brothers, there's so much room for activities. There's so much room for me to start working on new things, start learning new things. And so I'm like, all right, well, all the stuff that I've been learning on this channel, Terraform, Kubernetes, Docker, which I already knew a lot about Docker, but Docker, AWS, writing some more code, ethical hacking, things that I've built with the Tech Barbarians and stuff like that, all coming together. And something that I always mentioned to the people that I was working closely with, like, I'm like, if you're trying to get in, maybe this will help you, Philip. But if you are trying to get into a field, right, you have to show your work. That old adage goes, if a tree falls in the middle of a forest and there's nobody around to hear it, does it make a sound? Well, it depends. It makes a sound to whoever's there to hear it. If I'm not there to hear it, it doesn't make a sound to me, right? So the point that I'm making is, I have shown my work on this channel since 2023. When I started this channel, camera crappy, sound crappy, I'm nervous as hell, and I'm just like, no confidence, but I'm just talking, and I'm just like, you guys have seen, you've seen the videos, right? When I first started, it was pretty bad, all right? but the thing is, I kept at it, and I kept. You see me going from not knowing a technology at all the way to like being able to hold my own, and showing like, wait, I'm learning DevOps, I'm learning Terraform, building applications. Oh, how are you gonna write these tests for it? Oh, let's explore, like, as QA. Let's explore writing automation tests in Cypress, in Playwright, in Selenium, in different languages, all that type of stuff. All for also that like I can grow, and then I can also show you how I do it. But I'm also say you should also show your work. You need to learn how to be a good communicator. You need to learn how to navigate the field. Talk like we're building strong mindsets. All of this type of stuff, and it's like so now I have people left and right saying, "Hey, um, I want to work with you on this." Shout out to Mr. Web Noob on Twitch for just follow. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. I appreciate you for following me on Twitch. I am so I am so let me see I get excited. But I'm so close to getting to my 50th follower on Twitch. Let's get it. Shout out to you.
Let's get it.
All right. Anyways, back to it. So what I'm like now, I'm getting people reaching out to me. Oh my goodness, you guys, you guys are doing too much. Shout out to Philip for becoming a tech mercenary over on the YouTube side of the game. By the way, Philip, link. I have a video, members only video that shows you how to link your YouTube account to your Discord if you have Discord, and that way you can get brought into the Team Tech Drop Discord. We can have conversations there. Looking forward to connect with you, and I can help you to figure out how to show your work, right? But check it out over there, right? Okay, I get excited when I connect with you guys, right? But like I was saying, showing your work, being able to market yourself. You have to be able to market yourself, right? And now I have people reaching out to me left and right saying, "Hey, let's work together on this. Let's work together on that." There is so much money over here. There's so much money over there. Me working in AI, me working in with the DevOps and the cloud engineering and stuff like that. Be working in QA, working in automation. So many people reaching out to me, and I'm already flooded with stuff, right? So now I'm like, all right, how can I make more time? How can I allocate more time? But the thing is, right? Even if you did not know much, but you showed how you are learning to know more, instead of them coming to me, they're going to be coming to you. If you're consistent, if you show up when you say you're going to show up, if you learn what you say you're going to learn, they're going to be coming to you. And they're like, and that's what I'm trying to, because so many people are like, oh my God, AI is going to take our jobs. AI is going to take our jobs. Even software developers, AI is going to take our jobs. I'm like, well, yeah, I mean, somebody has to program the AI. And what I've always told you is I see so much opportunity. Where instead of where all the tech jobs, all the software engineering jobs, all the QA jobs, whatever jobs, they were like top down, right? Like you have Google, you have Amazon, you have Microsoft, you have Tesla, you have Netflix, where they have all the engineers, and then everyone else gets like whoever didn't get into one of those companies, right? Now, when you hear Microsoft is getting rid of employees, right? Because AI is becoming more prominent. Well, guess what? These smaller companies, they're not that well versed in AI. So now they have the opportunity to get a Microsoft engineer or Amazon engineer, a Netflix engineer, and they're able to. So now it's leveling out. And with AI, with these software engineers coming into the space, they're able to help these companies get more efficient, get faster, and do more. And now there's going to be even more companies that are going to be looking for you, right? They're going to be looking for you. So what I'm saying is, you have to do the work. Simple as that. You have to do the work, and if you do the work but nobody knows about it, then guess what? To them, you ain't do nothing yet. All right. So my message to you, just start sharing what it is that you're doing, because guess what? If all these people keep coming to me, I can't work with everybody. I cannot work with everybody. I am very, very limited in my capacity, but I have been trying to share that wealth with you. And this is why the rich, the knowledgeable get richer and more knowledgeable, while those, it's not because nobody wants you, it's because you're not doing the work, or you're not showing that you know how to do the work. And I say you have to build a presence. And whether it's on LinkedIn, whether it's on YouTube, whether it's on, I don't know about Facebook. Facebook is kind of meh when it comes to that type of stuff. But YouTube, Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, building that presence. Like especially if you're looking for work, you need to show the work that you've been doing. So that's my message. That's my message. Because if not, the top engineers, they're gonna like, if somebody sees Netflix on a resume, that's automatic interview. If somebody sees Google on a resume, that's automatic interview, right? And they're gonna get top tier. So you need to start showing that you know what you're doing. And even if you're learning, show your learning process. So like, oh yeah, this person is consistent. If they go and look at your LinkedIn and say, okay, this person, because a lot of times people post on LinkedIn, they're just whining and complaining and crabbing about, oh, the job market this, the job market that, oh, they did this, they did that, blah 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 blah. And I'm like, no, your content needs to be, oh, I'm spending an hour learning this, I'm spending an hour learning that, and I can explain what I'm learning, right? So now these recruiters and stuff, these hiring managers, like, oh yeah, look at this work, look at their work ethic. Every other day they're posting this, and they're spending an hour streaming on all this type of stuff of what they're doing, or just uploading, recording. They're writing the documentation. Like, oh yeah, although they don't have that much experience, that is, I see that they have a lot of potential, and I want to take my chance on them. I have shared this strategy with so many people. Rarely anybody has ever employed it, but guess what? People are flooding me, and I'm like, it should be for you. It should be for you. All right. Anyways, my rant is over. I just wanted to share with you that, like, there are so many opportunities. I'm even creating my own opportunities by working on this app, and it's like, and now I'm like, well, all I want to do is go work on that app. I just want to go spend time working on my own app, and but I can't, because I have other responsibilities that I need to do. I'm just saying, a lot of opportunities. And one more thing, right? Because a lot of people, they'll reach out to me like, oh, can you give me a recommendation? I'm sorry, I never knew you, right? Oh, can you give me a referral? I can only refer people that I know how they are, who they are, how they work. So what I you gotta show that you know how to do the work. And then once you can show it, people will come, and they'll want to work with you. All right. So that is it. That's all that I have to say about that. Let me check the chat, and then we will start to get to work. But feel free to call in if anyone has a question. All right, let's see. We have over on the Twitch side of the game, Mr. Web Noob says, best tips, roadmaps, sites, free sources, or anything you would do differently if you had to learn Python or C++ or any language for that matter. All over again. All right, so that is cool. You know what? Let me turn that into a question for you. Let me turn that into a question. I will read it again. Give me a sec. Let me do this. Hold on. Let's do this. I will, because this I can definitely chop this one up, because this is an amazing question, Mr. Web Noob. Let's see. All right, cool. Let's do this. All right, so I'm going to take that question down, and I'm going to do one of these.
Another one.
Mr. Web Noob over on the Twitch side of the game says, best tips, roadmaps, sites, free sources, or anything you would do differently if you had to learn Python or C++ or any language for that matter all over again. All right, so Mr. Web Noob, thank you so much for the amazing question. And roadmap, so definitely roadmap.sh. You know what? Roadmap.sh is a great website, a great resource that shows you you can choose whatever field you want to go in, and it'll tell you like this course, this course, this course, this certification, that certification, and so forth. Right. So definitely that is one that I would refer to. For all right. So what I would do, so that's my number one resource. I would say Udemy, although it's not a free source, but it's a very cheap source. If you catch it on sale, you can get like I always recommend the 100 Days of Python with Angela Yu, because I've taken a few of her classes, and I like them a lot. I like her classes a lot. But Dr. Angela Yu, 100 Days of Python. I do have a link to it in the description of this video. So I like, and I always say, get it on sale, get it as low cost as possible. Follow that. And what best tips? I would say dedicate an hour ish every day. Maybe some days a little less, a little more, but an hour ish every day. Even if you will not finish in 100 days, but spending an hour a day will get you. And I would say, if 5 days a week at minimum. If you can do 7 days a week, then go for it. If you can spend more time on the weekends, then do that. But 5 days a week at minimum. And now to learn, if I could learn anything, I would do differently to learn a programming language. I would have started learning it when I was late middle school, early high school. And my problem was, when I went to college, the first course that they gave me when I got there was Introduction to C++. I was like, what the hell is this?
Bruh.
I didn't even know what a loop statement was. So I would say, and another thing I would say, right? If you are new to coding, like very new to coding, I would even say get one of those kids games and start learning about loops and variables and if statements with that, because those are super easy to understand. Like they make them for like 6 and 7 year olds, right? Because and why do I say that? Why I just thought about this right now. Why did I say that? Because a programming language is a language. So the same way, if you're learning Spanish and you've never spoken Spanish before, and they start you off with the basic terminologies of like this is house, casa. What is this is a cat, this is a dog, right? And they start you at a very elementary preschool level. Maybe instead of just jumping right into like 100 Days of Python, we're like, okay, this is what a data type is. Like, what's a data type? You start off with the same thing that you'd be learning if you're learning Spanish in like elementary school. You learn the same thing for development. And I think that will help transition into the more complicated things if you have that fundamental level. And it's a fun way to do it too, because usually those ways are they're having you like not build games, but like in a gamified way. Like, okay, move this little man over here 4 spots, and move this little man over here in a circle like 3 spots, right? So I would say starting off with that, like if I could have started off a lot earlier and a lot simpler, then I think that would have been really good. But I just had to jump in and start figuring things out. But I made it, but it was not easy. It was a rough road that if I could have started earlier, I would have been in a lot better spot. Anything else that I would do differently? Learning it earlier, taking a course, and dedication, consistency, mindset. A big part of it is a mindset. When you can't figure things out, you don't quit. You don't just get discouraged. You research. Find a team, or not a team, but find a group of people who are also learning. So one thing I do in the Team Tech Drive Patreon and Discord is that I have different channels for if you need any help with anything in particular, whether it's AI, whether it's Python, whether it's DevOps, or anything else for that matter, right? You can go in there and you can ask, and then somebody is always willing to help, right? And also look for meetups, and lastly, just start building something from day one. Have an idea of what you want to build, and then as you learn more, you build more. Learn more, build more, learn more, build more. Learn how to test your applications as well, all right? But that's just different things that I could think of that if I had done those earlier, I would have learned a lot better and a lot faster, and I would be even further today, all right? So thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Web Noob, for the great question. Let's see. Philip says, I'm 10 years working as QA. Actually, I'm from Germany, but I live in Brazil. I was working for some start. Shout out to you. Um, I don't know right now. So, are you looking for opportunities in the US? Are you looking for opportunities in Brazil? It just depends, but definitely I think with 10 years of experience, do you do automation? That's one thing. Because I know there's people who have been in QA for a long time, but they've only done manual testing. But Philip, the game has changed. Now automation is a requirement, and people are even moving towards Playwright. Selenium used to be really popular. People are using towards Playwright. I would say if you're able to start showing some automation projects, build a framework, and market it, and because it's hard for QA themselves to show their work. But if you show yourself building a framework and integrating it in something and just testing out, using your framework on some random websites, integrating with Playwright, API testing, all that stuff, it is going to. There's no guarantees, of course, but it is going to help you tremendously. So that's an idea that I have right here. Um, Roxy says, "What are your strengths and weaknesses as a super QA engineer?" I like how that sounds. A super QA engineer, because they'll call you a senior QA engineer, who just makes you sound old. But a super QA engineer, let's go.
Let's get it.
I like how that sounds. All right. So, what are your strengths? What are your strengths and weaknesses as a super QA engineer? I would say that a strength, which is also a weakness, is that I like to play in the mud. I like to play in the weeds. I like to figure things out, and a lot of times as a higher level QA, which is one of the things kind of holding me back at times, right? Because as a higher level QA, a lot of times they want you to have a higher overview, and give the idea and have people figure out the details on how to do it. But I just love to, as you guys see here, like I'm always deep into the code, deep into nitty gritty, focused on the details, which is hard for a QA not to be focused on the details. But I think that I just love I love. This is gonna sound bad. This is gonna sound bad, but I love the drama. I love the drama.
Bruh.
I love the toxicity of, like, why is this thing not working? Oh my goodness, are we gonna meet our deadline? Are we going to meet our deadline? I'm just saying. I'm just saying, all right? Strengths strengths I said another strength is that I can, just because of the experience, I can see the bigger picture. I can ask questions like, I can ask questions like, "Oh, did we consider this? What about this risk? What about this risk? What if we do this?" Giving ideas and stuff like that. Weaknesses, I would say that I don't how would I word this? I don't know how I'd word this. I would say that sometimes I think I might take somebody's word for something sometimes, and it's like, maybe I should, because it makes sense. I'm like, okay, yeah, that makes sense, and then I let it go. But maybe sometimes I should probably be more challenging and more questioning to certain things. So I don't know. It's also, I would also say that another weakness is that I take too long before I actually say, "Oh, actually, let me go and figure this thing out," because, like, I might know how to make sure things are working, but I don't, which goes to the strength and the weakness, is I don't look under the hood as early as I should sometimes, and then now I'm a little bit behind. Although I can make sure the thing is working, but I don't know all the ins and outs of that particular technology. So it's with QA, things are always evolving. You're always in different industries, so. But thank you so much. Roxy says it was great entertainment. Thank you so much, Roxy. Thank you so much. uh, Philip says, I need to learn how to show my work. You know what? The way that I learned it was I pressed go live, unlike Rod Brown. Shout out to my guy Rod Brown. But I pressed go live and I learned how to use OBS and share my screen. And then I just talked about the same thing. Like you're gonna see on this channel, I just talk about what I'm doing, what I'm thinking, what I'm trying to figure out, and I just go from there. So you just gotta press go live, right? Whether you're going live on YouTube or on LinkedIn or wherever, just press the button and just start talking, all right? And over time, you're gonna get better. The nerves are gonna go down, and you're going to. And here's the thing, Philip. As you like, when you first go live and you're just talking to the camera, you are nervous as hell, right? But once you share your screen and now you know what you're talking about and you know what you're going through, all the nerves start to go away because now you're in your safe space. Because I'm talking about Q, I'm talking about tech. I feel comfortable, as opposed to like just if you're not used to just talking in front of people, it's even harder when you're talking to yourself. But then you start talking about the tech and your explorations and stuff like that. You just start getting more and more natural with it, and at that point you start being more organized and have a structure, and that carries over into many other things as well. All right, so that is my tip, and shout out again to Philip for becoming a member of the Tech Coach Ralph channel. Let's see. Junior says, and not to mention that that presence won't build overnight. That it will not. Too many times we want to start and get everything immediately, but it takes time to grow. That is you get one of these.
Message.
That is so true. And that's why I'll tell you this, Junior. That's why when I started this channel, I said the first thing about it is I want to like all the courses that I have in my Udemy that I have been taking, I'm going to learn for the past few years that I never even opened. Well, that's going to change because I built a system where I'm going to learn it. I'm going to have fun and people can follow along and they can use this time to study and stuff like that. So it has multiple purposes and the growth has been great, but the learning that I've gotten from this has opened so many doors for me, and even more doors are continuing to open. There are people in the chat, people in my emails that I talk to on a regular basis, and that I just see how much value that they add to me, and I'm trying to add value into their lives as well. And Junior says, can't vouch for people who haven't shown their work ethic as yet, but want to put your reputation online. No, thank you. No soup for you. I agree. Junior says, we need to stop looking for free and invest properly in ourselves. That's a fact, Junior. That's a fact. We have Favor in the building. This is always 30 minutes late. Shaking my head. Shout out to you, Favor. Welcome. Just happy to be here. How are you? I am doing phenomenal. Shout out to you. Thank you so much. And how are you doing? How are you doing? Hopefully you are doing well. Hopefully all of your DevOps and stuff like that is going well. As you know, I am so happy when my people show up because I know when they talk that tech talk, I'm like, oh, these are my people. Junior says, all right, thank you. Oh no, he's asking. He's asking. So I am not gonna even try. But if that's correct, then I will. Says, don't help him, but yes. now that I know it's correct, right? It says Ifunanya. Is that right? Ifunanya? Is it Ifunanya? Is that correct? Help a tech coach Ralph out. Is that correct? Ifunanya. And let me just favor this so I can. I'm gonna favor so that I can come back to it and read it throughout the show. Let's see. Ifunanya, I have to help coach out. Thank you. See, Junior is always looking out for me. Thank you so much, Junior.
Let's get it.
Let me see. Says that's actually good advice. And Rod Brown says, sounds like I was summoned. What? What's up, Rod Brown? How are you doing? Rod Brown is killing it out there on the content creation game. this Saturday at around 2 p.m. Eastern Time, Rod Brown and I are going to have a conversation in the Team Tech Draft Patreon/Discord. I have a list of questions for Rod Brown. We're going to have a conversation because I want to know how Rod Brown got into tech, what he does in tech, how like what he's doing to level up in tech, and how does he balance his busy crazy life with his content creation and his job, and how does he navigate that, because his content, some places might find that a little controversial, although maybe not in his state, but so I'm like, how do you balance all of that out, Rod Brown? So we're gonna have a conversation, have a list of questions, and we're gonna go back and forth, and we are going to make it a great time. So check out techwithdraft.dev. I will be posting the link between tonight and tomorrow morning. I have to make a thumbnail. I was Rod Brown. This is breaking news. I was gonna use the Thirst Trap Brown thumbnail. I was right, but I said, you know what? No. We're gonna keep it professional. All right. So no Thirst Trap Brown thumbnail. Is just gonna be good. Oh my guy, Rod Brown. Shout out to Rod Brown. Check it out at Rod-Brown on YouTube. See the amazing content that he creates. And see, I messed up already. And Ifunanya says, I'm doing very well, and yes, the pronunciation, but favor is not a tongue twister at all. So I have to practice. So I'm gonna go back and forth between favor and Ifunanya. All right. Let's see. It says, what's your schedule for going live? Dislike being late. So, if you're in Eastern time zone, then it's normally around 7:30 p.m. Between 7:25, 7:30 p.m. Sometimes a little bit later, but always like 7:15 to 7:30 ish, right? That's when I'm normally live. And if you show up by 7:30, you're not gonna miss anything. All right. Let's see. And Rod Brown says he disapproves of that thumbnail.
They believe in us.
Fair enough. I mean, I can't fault you for that, Rod Brown. I cannot fault you for that. All right. All right. So let's get to it. Let's have some fun tonight. Let's have some fun. If anyone has a question, feel free to drop it in the chat. Feel free to click on the link. Rod Brown, if you want to click on the link, by all means, feel free to do so as well if you want to talk. But we're going to be looking into learning Lovable, because I have a bunch of stuff coming up and I have to ramp up. So I'm here for it. Let's get it. All right. So I'm going to go over to, because at the end of the day, what the hell is Lovable? So real quick, right? Miami trainer says he had workouts with Jimmy Butler at 3:30 a.m. He likes to be uncomfortable. I have done workouts. You know what? Now I'm upset, right? Now I'm gonna have to wake up at 3:30 a.m. and start doing workouts. I have to get my life together, because tell you, all I need is a good challenge. Now I'm gonna have to start getting up at 3:30, 3:45 and start working out. I used to do it at 4:30. Like, didn't have a. I got. All right. Anyways, what is Lovable? What is love? Not that the Lovable software. So Lovable is build software products using a chat interface. And what does Lovable do? Lovable is a text-to-app service that allows anyone to create functional applications without any programming skill. We can describe our app ideas through a chat interface, and platform transforms these descriptions into real working applications. So this is like vibe coding, I guess, right? Let's see. So what I want to do, they're based in, where are they based? Stockholm, Sweden. All right. Anyways, here's what we're gonna do, right? I'm gonna go to ChatGPT and I am going to put in a prompt. And this is how I came up with the toddler app, right? I'm gonna put in a prompt and say, I want to build it using Lovable. And if that doesn't work, I can do it another way as well, through we'll see. But I'm gonna say, I need an app idea built using, or no, I need app ideas to build using Lovable so I can learn the platform. You can also integrate N8N into the app as well, right? So let's see what is going to. Oh, wait a second. So I need app ideas. Let me specify to help my toddler. What would a toddler? What do I want a toddler to do? To help my toddler learn to read. Built. So all I really did was, what is something that I need? And I'm saying I want something like this. I need some ideas with this using Lovable, so I can learn the platform. And feel free to integrate N8N into the app as well. And let's see what it comes up with, all right? So great idea, using Lovable, a no-code platform for building mobile apps. And integrating it with N8N, a powerful workflow automation tool, is a fantastic way to create functional and educational experience while learning both tools. Here's an app concept designed for toddlers learning to read with suggestions on how to use Lovable and N8N together. So let's read through it real quick. And for everyone who is like, I don't know what to build, all I did was I asked ChatGPT, hey, give me some ideas. And it tells me what the platforms are. And this is only because I said with Lovable and N8N, it gave me this. But when I did the one for the toddler, like for the potty training, it didn't. I didn't say what platform. It just said, oh, these are the different platforms you can build on. Which one do you want to use? And let me shout out my guy real quick, Wave Nerd, who put me up on game. Wave Nerd is out. Says continue to have a great show. He is heading out on his flight. Shout out to you, Wave Nerd. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. And I will hit you up either after the show or tomorrow morning because we have a lot of things to work on, a lot of things to talk about. All right, so let's continue. All right, so core features. So this is on the Lovable part, right? So core features, story mode, illustrated pages with simple tappable words, audio playback for each word, like click a word, it speaks, highlighted text as the story is read aloud, karaoke style. Word builder mini games, drag and drop letter puzzles to form CVC words, cat, hat, etc. Matching games, match the word to the picture, letter tracing, trace the letter on the screen with finger. Sticker book, kids earn stickers after completing stories and games. Stickers can be placed into theme pages. Daily word surprise. Each day, the app introduces a new word of the day with fun illustrations. Parent dashboard, and so forth, right? Now, how to use with N8N. Parent submitted stories. Create a Google form or Airtable where parents can submit simple stories. Use N8N automatically. Check for new entries. Format stories, text to Lovable import. Send to an API or webhook Lovable or webhook Lovable page that refreshes the app story list. So that means it'll be taking the stories from an external source. Word of the day generator, daily at 9 a.m. N8N runs a workflow that picks a random word from a toddler-friendly word list, retrieves an image and TTS, text-to-speech audio file, sends a new word of the day to Lovable via webhook. Progress reports, yada yada. All right, so reminders for via SMS or push. How to structure this in Lovable. Use screens for home, word of the day, menu, story reader, mini games, stickers, settings, parent dashboard. Use components for tap triggered audio for words, conditional screens to unlock content, webhook integrations to receive N8N data, stories, words, suggested learning. So look at this. Look at this, right? This is giving us a full idea. So when people says, I don't know what to do, what are you using AI? So here is the question. Let me know in the chat, let me know in the comments, what are you using AI for? Is it to ask like basic stuff? Is it to, or are you using it to see, okay, what can I learn? What can I build? Because to me, this is a great idea. Can it exist already? Sure, but we all know how we can add our own flavor to it. So when I'm reading this, I'm like, okay, cool. How can I add something to it that's going to make it different from what else might exist out there? Create a mini game, match word to puzzle. So all this we can do in Lovable. Bonus ideas: speech recognition, advanced, integrate whisper or Google speech to text to have the child read aloud and get feedback. Now that is an awesome idea. Character avatars: let the child choose a reading buddy character. It could be a plush toy style. Theme story packs: animals, dinosaurs. Did you say dinosaurs? Nice. Space: unlockable with progress or parent input, or you pay to unlock these additional themed story packs. It says, would you like me to create a lovable project structure to get you started? And then workflows for any of the above automations, mockups, or story templates? Let me know how deep you want to go. I like it. I like it a lot. So let me see. I'm gonna say, could you create, I'd say I want a lovable project structure. So, I like the read along buddy. It says, great. Here's a lovable project structure for the Read Along Buddy app designed to help your toddler learn to read through interactive stories, games, and automation with N8N. So we're gonna have screen overviews, home screen, shows. We read all that. Story library screen, yada yada yada. Components. So, and this is basically what I did for the Flutter app that I've been working on. And then I was like, you know what? I would actually like it to work this way instead. And I said, how would I do that? And it gave me the way to do that. And then I updated that. So once I get to a good spot on that, I will show it to you. Maybe when it gets to the App Store. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do with this yet, right? But if I can get this out, a working version to get, and if it can help my child, then I want to, then I'm going to push it out and see how I can run it up with that. All right. All right, let's continue. So data sources, word of the day, pulled via webhook, stories, array of story objects, all that type of stuff. All right, cool. Navigation flow, Nginx, JSON, sample story structure, suggested build order. So suggested build order: set up loading screen, add webhook listener to fetch daily words and new stories. And then it says build home screen, create story library and story reader screens, build word game screen, create sticker book screen, add parent dashboard plus settings. Bonus lovable design tips: use big buttons, vibrant colors, and cute characters. Use gentle sound effects and animated transitions. Keep tap targets large and readable. Add haptic feedback. Lovable supports it for tactile response. Would you like me to provide sample JSON data for word of the day, a visual mockup or home screen, the N8N workflow? All right. So with that being said, I'm going to jump over to Lovable now. All right. So Lovable is just lovable.dev. And it says, build something lovable, idea to app in seconds with your personal full stack engineer. All right. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this right here. I'm just going to say an interactive story-based reading app where toddlers read along with cute characters, unlock new stories by progressing through word games, and receive real-time encouragement and feedback. And I'll tell you this as well. Working on the that mobile app, right? I used Midjourney to generate some awesome looking characters. It's stuff like this would have like what I did over the week. The little that I did over the weekend would have taken me maybe months, our basic time cost calculator app. Maybe I should redo the time cost calculator as well. But our basic time cost calculator app took us like over like almost a year to get into a good state. And I have an app that I'm actually using locally in like 3 days. And you guys are worried about tech taking your job. No. You guys are worried about AI taking your job. No. AI can be your best friend because guess what? AI doesn't come up with the ideas. You come up with the idea. Well, I mean, technically AI did come up with the idea, but you have to put it together, right? So I'm gonna copy this. I'm gonna go to Lovable. Just paste this here, right? Interactive story-based reading app. What we had, right? I'm gonna say let's submit that. Spinning up a preview. Let's see what happens here. While we're waiting for that, let me see what else we got in here. Junior says, I can tell this is going to be an awesome show. Y'all enjoy the rest of the show. Shout out to you, Junior. I will talk to you later. You have an amazing, amazing Bible study. Shout out to Junior, as always. Hold on. Ifunanya Favor says, definitely have to put your spin on it, but it's a wonderful start / base. Exactly. Like I'm having Favor. Oh my God. I'm having so much fun and frustration building this little app. And then like when I put it in my son's hand and he's like tapping all over the screen and stuff. And I'm like, okay, this is gonna work. This is gonna work, right? And now I was like, okay, I have a question. I have a question for you guys in the chat, especially if you have kids, right? Is it wrong to incentivize your kids? Is it wrong? Ooh, what happened here? Is it wrong to incentivize your kids to do whatever, right? So if you like let's say potty training, right? If you're going to use the bathroom correctly 5 times, you get this credit and so forth, right? I'm just wondering, what do you guys think? Like, because for me, I'm like, well, that teaches them business and work ethic and stuff like that. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think, right? Anyways, looks like we ran into an issue. Let's see what's going on here. Build unsuccessful. So let's see what's going on. Says, let me read through this. So it sounds like a wonderful, engaging idea for toddlers. An interactive story-based reading app with cute characters. Or just repeating what I said. I can envision a bright, colorful, and friendly interface. Says I can envision a bright, colorful, and friendly interface, perhaps inspired by the playful aesthetics of children's books and popular educational apps. We can use cheerful colors, rounded shapes, and clear, easy to read fonts. For characters, we can start with some friendly animal icons. I can create my own icons. For this first version, I'll focus on setting up a welcoming homepage with a call to action to start reading, a story selection page where kids can choose a story reading page to display stories page by page with a cute character, a placeholder word game page that for now will simply unlock the next story. Basic navigations. I'll use a color palette featuring playful blues, yellows, and greens. We'll keep animation simple for now, like smooth page transitions and interactive buttons. All right, so we got that. Let me see what's going on in here. Okay. Let's get started. Add interactive reading app, preview latest. I'll set up initial version of your Toddler Tales app. Well, I like that. Toddler Tales is a cool name. App with a homepage, story selection, reading, and placeholder word game. What's next? Refine and customize, tweak design, animation, and layout to be a prompt or visual edits. Master prompting. Use chat mode to plan out your project without making edits. Use clear, detailed, and iterative prompts for best results. GitHub sync. Transfer your project code to GitHub for two-way sync of edits. If you need to save progress, manage user accounts, or connect with other services, Superbase is a simple way to add these features without complex technical setup. All right. Let me see. Let me click on connect to Superbase. Oh, let me get that off. And let's see. Let's connect. It's opening up a little pop-up window. I'm going to continue with GitHub. So there's a window that's open right now that you cannot see, but it's just for me to connect to my GitHub. Let's see. Have to authorize access. What is this? Okay, it's that super base. All right, cool. Let's go with that. So I'm setting up super base, but it's in another window. But I'm just clicking on next, so nothing major is happening right now. Okay, authorize Lovable. All right, we are connected. Ralph's Lovable Tech Coach Ralph's org. Let's click continue. Connect project. Select a project of one of your connected super base organizations to connect to its Lovable project. Create project. Project name is, let's call it Toddler Tales. For now, password. Let me see. Generate password. Let me copy it somewhere. Let's see. All right, let's go and create this project. All right, where are we now? Where are we now? All right, so let's connect it to Toddler Tales. And look, I have never, like, I had signed up for Lovable the other day. I looked at it, but never did anything in it. So now I'm just following along based on what I prompted, what it's asking me to do, and so forth. All right, so this is just as much of a learning experience for me as it is for you. So build unsuccessful. Let's see why. It is unsuccessful because it's unterminated string literal over on this TypeScript file. So this is where the tech knowledge is helpful. All right. And when I say try to fix though, for code present, I get the error below. Please think step by step in order to resolve it. All right. So it's trying to figure it out. Oh, okay. So I can see what the error is right here. So this is the error right here, right? So it's using, so let me see if I can zoom in on this. So here's the error, right? Single quote, this is not escaped, right? I can fix this myself. How can I can fix it myself if I know where to fix it myself. Let me see. Let's see. Where can I fix this? Code viewer. Big. This is inside of. I just need to find this. So it's inside of stories. So look at that. I am already using my own knowledge to actually, so looking at the error message. There seems to be an issue with the syntax in stories. The error here is missing commas. Let's fix the syntax issues. Let's see if it's actually able to fix it. Because I figured out what the problem is. There should be like a double quote over here or an escape over there. And it looks like it is unable to fix it. Let me see if I can fix it myself. The errors haven't fixed the issue was likely the syntax, particular the can I fix it? If I can fix it myself, I'll fix it myself. Uh, 3931. Right here. This is the error right here. So I'm just gonna do it like this. Can I type in here? if I can type in here myself, stories, data, stories, right here. Can I edit this? That's, oh my goodness, it won't let me edit it. Oh, read only. To edit, to use the code editor, please upgrade to a paid plan. However, maybe I can edit it in my own editor, right? So now we are going to sync your project to GitHub, connect GitHub. Let's see if they're gonna let me do this. So I have another screen open up right now in order for me to authorize GitHub. And connecting to my GitHub. Give me a second. I am putting in my authenticator app. All right. Let's do that. Let's do that. And we have connected, clone, copy this to your. So it created a Giggle World Adventure Club. That works for me. That works for me. So let me copy that. And now we are going to move into, because I could fix, like I said, you still need engineers, right? So I'm gonna move into, close. Let me go here. Let's go to this screen over here, and I am going to GitHub. So I put in the GitHub repo, clone, trust project, and hold on one second. Let's go to that. Let's go to that. Cool. Perfect. All right. So what I want to do is what I had open is, let's look for stories. So everything that I created in Lovable is now in my local GitHub, and I can just fix this error right here, I can either do an escape, or is it this one? Like that. Or I can just do come on. I can do this as well. Oh my goodness, come on. I can do that. I think I'm going to go with the route of just escaping it. I'm just escape it. And now if I do, what did I just fix? Is there another error on this page? Okay, I don't have to worry about it. All right, so now I'm going to push this back up to GitHub, right? Git status, git commit, src data stories. .ts and message fixed the escaping issue. Git push. And it's back up there. All right. So now if we go back into our Lovable, and we go to close this out, sync again. Let's see if this gets updated. Look at that. Look at that. What I just did is now it's now updated. So now we should try to build again. So look at that. Let me see. Let's try to build again. So this should be fixed. Is it fixed? Wait a second. Did it undo it? Let me see. View on GitHub. This is the new one, right? Yeah. So we should fix it. Exit. How can I? How do I know that it is fixed? Yeah, so this is fixed here. What does publish do? No, I don't want to publish my project. Where? Let me refresh. I fixed it in. I fixed it in GitHub. How does it? Let me see. UI accordion. And then I go back to data, go to stories, and I can see the fix here. Let me see. Is this blocking me? Hold on. Okay, there. Look at that. It is showing correctly. It is showing correctly. So welcome to Toddler Tales. Let's read amazing stories together, play fun games, and learn new words with our friendly characters. Say we do start reading. Locked, happy little. Oh, my picture's not showing. So what we can do is, what image is this? Happy little stars. Image. Some random image. I would want to change that image out. Change all these images out. So if I go into Mid-Journey, let me see, pull up Mid-Journey. So I use Mid-Journey to generate my images. There's a lot of platforms out there. If I say, where are we? If I say, Watch this. What is the dimensions of this picture? That would be, let me see if I could see it from the code view. I go to index and it would say, so we're on interactive stories. So if we go to stories, index.ts. Where is Toddler Tales stories? All right, so we're like on the components, on the stories component. Stories.ts. And we have, so right now this isn't an array. This is an array, but we can get this data. We can use AI to get a new story dynamically. Like every day you can have a new story, and NAN can give you that new story. Use AI to generate a kid's story, whatever, and it'll just keep filtering in. You can have parents prompt the story if you want to make this. What if you want to make like a story relatable using family members and stuff like that? So you have names of family members to give historical stories. Or on the other hand, let's say it's not for toddlers. What if you have a family member with like dementia or Alzheimer's, something like that, and you have AI tell it historical stories, right? You know, can have like you give it the details and it comes up with a story for it, and it reads it back and talks to the person who is sick, right? To give them a daily reminder, new stories of things that happened in their past, so they don't, although they're forgetting, they still have those stories that they can still talk about it with the people that is close to in their lives. Just things that are just coming off the top of my head right now, right? Let me see. So there goes this image over here. So let me do Midjourney. Let's say cartoon like star that is smiling with friendly look for toddler. Use bright, engaging colors. Let's see what that comes up with. So while that's doing its thing, let's go here. Let's go read story. And happy star. Once upon a time, there was a star named Twinkle. Twinkle loved to play in the night sky. One day, Twinkle wanted to shine brighter than ever. So Twinkle took a deep breath and shined. Everyone was so happy to see Twinkle shine so bright. I didn't do anything. I did not do anything. Oh, well, I did one thing. I did fix their bug. I fixed their coding error, right? That's it. But that's all that I did. I just fixed their coding error. How you like that? How do you like them apples, right? I'm just saying. I am just saying. All right. But we got that story. Let me see. Where's Midjourney? Let's see, Midjourney. Look at that one. Look at that one. That one is eh. That one, I like this one a lot. That one, eh. That one's not bad. Which one do you guys like? Do you like, so we'll say this one right here is 1. Put a 1 in the chat if you like this one. This one is 2. Put a 2 in the chat if you like this one. This one is 3. Put a 3 in the chat. And this one is 4. I don't like this one. I'm liking this one though. I am liking this one. Let me know what you like. This is 3. This is 2. This is 1. All right, let me know which one you like. We got my guy, me, Mysify, in the building. Says, good evening, Ralph. The beautiful Roxy, Magnetar, Junior, and the chat. Hope all is well. I am doing well. Me, Mysify. Sorry for your loss. And my condolences to you. And hit me up if you need anything. All right. But shout out to you, me, Mysify. Truly, truly appreciate you. All right. And sorry once again. Okay. I'm going to do this again. Every time. Ifunanya says 1 or 3. I like that. I like that. Favor says 1 or 3. I have to Ifunanya, because if I don't, I'm gonna forget and I'm gonna embarrass myself again next time. Right? Remember the first time I tried? Oh my god, it was so bad. I'm just reliving the first time that I tried. It was terrible. But I'm working on it. I am working on it. All right. So let's go with this one. The only issue with that is I don't have a place to host it, to put it. Let me see something. Copy. Let's do copy image URL. Let's see if it's going to work. If I go to, just to test it out, all right, let's do git pull. So I'm going to go over here. And I am going to add to stories.ts the image from here. Hopefully, oh, look at that. Let's go up to here. Let's try that. Let's see what we get if we do this. Git status, git commit, src data stories, and I'm going to say add or change star image. Let's see if that's going to work. So let's go back over here. And let's go to stories. Oh, look at that. I got my star. I got my star. I got my star. Read story. A little star learns to shine. So we go here, and what is this over here? What is this your friend thing? I want my star. So what I would do is, so if, let me see something. Let's go open this in a new tab. So we go here. So what I would do with this is add a bunch of pictures so they can click on something, right? Because for toddlers, you can't have a bunch of words from what I'm noticing, right? You can't have a bunch of words. You need to have like pictures. So instead of start reading, I would have like a book, right? And see, this right here is not clickable. So this would have to be clickable. They don't like, they'll probably just click on the green button because it's green, but they don't see. One thing with the app, the mobile app, it doesn't use a lot of words. It is just well, it has some words for the menu, but you know, you have like, I don't know, but I would say more pictures, less text, right? I don't know what this is right here, but definitely would need a, watch this though. Watch this. Actually, before I do that, how does this look on a mobile? if I go to and I do interesting. Yeah, all right, so it's responsive, right? But here's what we're gonna do now, right? Guess what? We're gonna go to Stitch, and my design is going to be, so here's my design right here. Give me a. I'm gonna go back to ChatGPT. And now I'm using Stitch to generate for me the UI UX. And remember, if anybody has any questions, if about anything in tech, if anybody wants to call in, feel free to click on the link, drop your questions in the chat. This is technically the Tech Q&A show, but I'm also learning these new platforms that I am trying to ramp up on. So there is that as well. Let's see. So there goes a layout for you right there. The story. Let me see. Is this still working? I think it's still working. Let's see. So, see now that's a nice looking layout, and so integrating this layout with the Lovable layout would be really cool. Let me see if I can zoom out. Oops. There we go. Interesting. All right. Let's go back to Lovable. So we have this now. Let's go back to what do they want here now? So change star image. Already got that. If we go back to the home page, let's take a look at our story mode. So I want a, so let's do this. If we do, I want a story mode that has illustrated pages with simple tappable words, audio playback for each word, like a click and the word speaks, highlighted text as the story is read aloud, karaoke style. Let's go with that. Let's see. So while it's doing that, Favor says, I have a question for IAM. Would you only recommend vendor-specific search, Okta, CyberArk, etc., or traditional search like CompTIA, CCNA, etc., or cloud search, or all three? It's a tough one. I will share with you some what I've seen in the workforce, right? I don't know. The one that I'm least sure about in your list is the CompTIA, CCNA, those traditional certs when it comes to IAM, right? What I would say when it comes to Okta, CyberArk, etc., they're helpful. I don't know if they are more helpful before you get the job or after you get the job, just because let's say you get an Okta certification, right? But then they don't use Okta, they use a different company and vice versa. I don't know. It depends on what's the like how much the cert costs, what's the learning curve for it, stuff like that. When it about the cloud certs, there are IAM is only a small portion, a very important portion, but a small portion of those cloud technologies. So if they have a cert that's scoped to IAM for the cloud technologies, I would definitely say get those because one thing. So while the company that I work for, we one of the like Okta is one of the things that we use, right? But we use a lot of AWS privileges, permissions, IAM stuff, where and a lot of it is also Terraform and stuff like that to that nature. So so I see value in the cloud certs because companies, especially in like development, like where software engineering companies, they're going to be using one of the clouds, and permissions are a major thing. Knowing how to navigate those permissions, knowing what to grant access to and what not to grant access to, how to set it up for zero trust architecture, the minimum amount of privileges needed, and able to do something. I would say the cloud cert, if it can be scaled down to IAM, is important. I I'm not I'm least weary about the traditional certs. Um, I think a lot. I don't know those traditional certs, yeah, right? But the vendor specific certs, I think those are very helpful. I would say the vendor specific certs and the cloud certs, if it can be scaled down to IAM, if you only want to focus on IAM, right? But I know Okta. I'm not familiar with CyberArk, but I know Okta is huge because it's huge on IAM. So definitely, because that is like the first level of. So Okta and those vendor certs, they give access into the company itself, but then on the cloud certs, for they give access into applications and stuff like that. So I think going with this vendor specific certs is going to be very helpful for like a um not help desk, but the company IAM, and then getting the cloud search is going to make you also give you the ability to work in the permissions, the IAM permissions for applications and things like that. So think about it like that. Think about it like that. Favor says because I'm leaning towards vendor only. I think vendor only. Thinking about it some more, vendor only will get you to being able to manage the company access. But if you, like I was saying, if you want to work, also being able to give insight, work on the application access as well, then you might want to consider the cloud search as well. All right. Let's see what this came up with. It says, okay, I can help you build an interactive mode story with illustrated pages, tappable into words with audio playback and karaoke highlighting. This will make stories much more engaging for toddlers. Before we dive into audio features, please note for audio playback, tappable words, speaking, and karaoke style, we'll need to use text-to-speech like 11 Labs to integrate this. I'll need you to sign up for 11 Labs. I have an 11 Labs account. If you don't have one, get you an API key. Create a file named .env in your root of your project if it doesn't exist already. Add your 11 Labs API key to the env file like this. Your actual API key. Once you've done that, let me know. I can proceed with implementing audio playback features. For now, I'll address the build errors you're seeing, and I don't have any build errors anymore, right? I fixed it myself, and then set up the structure for your illustrated pages, the karaoke style, yeah. I fixed the stories. No, I fixed the stories. Added support for illustration on each page, and set up tappable words component. Display the story text. Clicking a word will currently log on the console and show a toast. Actual audio playback will require 11 Labs API key. I've also set up a placeholder read aloud button. Please set up your 11 Labs API key in the .env file as 11. Okay, got all right, got that. Let's see. So we go to stories. We click on the story. Oh, look at that! Once clicked, audio playback is coming soon with API key. That is awesome. God, I thought I had. I didn't want to mess it up. Let me do it. Oh, I'm so close. I'm so close. Ifunanya, it is my absolute pleasure to answer any question that you might have. All right. Okay. Let's go and let's see if we can do this. So if I go to the code, and we do not have a .env, but how would I be able to set up a .env file? Because I can't push up a .env file to the cloud. Let me see. Let's do chat. Let me go into 11 Labs first. Let me go into 11 Labs and get an API key. So this is 11 Labs. I am going to find an API keys. And let's do create an API key. And we're going, please give your new API key a name. Let's call this, what is this thing? Giggle Words Adventure. Let's call it Lovable. Let's call it learning to be lovable. How about that? How you like that? And of course, it shows me the API key on the screen. Of course, I'm just gonna delete it, create a new one. Yeah, let's do that. I'm gonna create an API key. Can't be leaking. All right, let's do lovable, or let's call it lovable API key. Let's create, copy the clipboard. I don't know where I'm copying it to though. So I have the API key. Let me chat up with, please set up in .env file. Okay, where do you want me to put this though? Because I don't have an editor to use, right? Let me see. Hide sidebar. Because I can't put it in GitHub. If I put it in GitHub, it's gonna make the API key public, and I don't want that. Let me see. Where would I create the .env file? Let's see. I need to clarify something important about environment variables and Lovable project. Let me check the current project structure and explain the approach. Invoked tools. I need to clarify an important point about environment variables. There are no .env files in Lovable projects. So this is mentioned in the useful context to have access to. Your project is now connected to Superbase. The recommended and secure way to handle API keys is like the 11 Labs API key is through Superbase secrets. It's much more secure than storing them. That's what I thought, right? That's why I was hesitant. Right? For 11 Labs text-to-speech functionality, I can help you set up your API key properly using Superbase secure features. Here's my plan to implement. Set up 11 Labs API key securely. I have that. Install 11 Labs React package. Create audio service. Build a service to handle word pronunciation. Let's do add API key. Let me see. All right, so it's not gonna show it this time. Enter your API key. Manage this later from Superbase. All right, so I'm gonna enter my API key. Make sure I got the right one. Enter the API key. Submit. And we don't need that anymore. It says, okay, I have now added the API key you've asked for. Now what? Is that it? Is that all I needed? Let's see. 2 more free credits remaining today. Well, once our credits are up, I guess we can call it a night, right? But this is cool stuff. This is cool stuff. Hey, Rod Broad, I'm a vibe coder now. Okay, great. Now let's get the audio playback and karaoke style highlighting working. Here's how we proceed. We'll install 11 labs package, which we'll use in Superbase Edge function. I'll create a new Superbase Edge function named 11 lab TTS. This function will securely call 11 labs API using your API key, which will access from the environment variable to convert text to speech. Convert text to speech. It will return the audio data. I'll create a new React hook called use audio playback. This hook will make it easy for our components to call the edge function and play the audio. We'll update the tappable word component to use the hook. So when you click on a word, it plays audio word. Let's see. Finally, we'll update the story page component read aloud speaker button, which will use the hook to play each word for the current page sequentially, highlighting the word as it's spoken. All right, so give us core audio phone. Okay, add 11 labs key setup. The application now includes audio playback for individual words and full page reading with karaoke style highlighting powered by 11 labs through Superbase Edge function. All right, one more, and that took us one key. One more key remaining today. Okay, let's go back over here. Let's see if that works. I don't see anything. Let's go here, read story. Uh-oh, we've got an error.
Bruh.
Let's see what the error is. For the code. For the code present, I get the error below. Render more hooks than during the previous render. Not sure. What gives? Let's see. The error render more hooks usually during the previous render usually happens when React hooks are called conditionally. Hooks must be called in the same order on every render of a component in story page.tsx. There's an early return for a story if it's not yet loaded. I'm not gonna read all this. Fix. I just did the story to ensure hooks are called consistently. Okay. What? Look at that. Whoa. Whoa. Did you what? What? All right, hold on. Hold up. Hey. All right. Let me turn on the let me turn on so let's do this.
Once. Upon a time, there was a little star named Twinkle.
Huh. How you like that? How you like that? I think that there should also be functionality to read the whole thing as opposed to just read it word. So I would want to say like read the whole thing and then I can go word by word. So I'm going to use my last credit to say Let me go to. Okay, so I'm gonna say, can you also add the option? Another thing I would add to this is like where I can choose different voices, because I know that 11 Labs, they have a lot of different voices, and you can even put a custom voice. So what about this, right? What if a parent can put their voice into the app so that the app can use their voice to read to teach the child how to read. So AI is using the parent's voice to teach the child how to read. What in the world is going on here? What do you think about that? What do you think about that? Let me check the chat this real quick. I had asked a question earlier and I forgot to go back and check the question. I was asking about incentivizing the kids, right? Magnetar had said the incentive is not getting a beating. Well, that escalated quickly. uh, Favor says, I'm gonna take you up on your offer, Favor. I'm gonna take you. Thank you for noticing my inability to say your name and saying you tried, but just go with Favor. All right, it says no kids, but I don't think it's wrong. It's probably motivating them. I was also thinking, right, that it could also teach them business and financing and budgeting, and thinking like, well, can I get compounding interest on my stickers or my stars? I don't know. I don't know. You know, I'm a big believer in learning to get the bag at a very very young age. Right. Let me see. Did I miss anything else from earlier? Um. Says you are hilarious. Call me Favor. You showed effort. Thank you so much. Says first time hearing of Lovable. My first time hearing of Lovable was through Wave Nerd, who has been preaching that to me on it over and over and over again. And I was like, all right, I'm on it. I'm on it. And says that's a good idea. The parent's voice reading to them. So I'm gonna say like once we get to the parent setting section and say, okay, what voice you want to read to your kid, use my own voice, and then you can record a sample of your voice, and then it would do that, right? All right, let's do this. The last thing I want, can you add the option to read the entire page as and not only word by word when clicking on the word? So what I need for this is a bunch of pictures as well, you know, instead of just um instead of just a bunch of text, because I know my kid is not gonna just click on a bunch of text, right? He's gonna want something intriguing, right? So this sounds like you're looking for a way to have the entire page read aloud in addition to being able to click on individual words. Good news, this functionality should already be in place. Next to the story text block, you'll find a speaker icon. Oh, okay, so that's what this was. I did not know that was.
Once.
That's it. That's not reading the whole thing.
Once.
Okay. Currently, when you click on the speaker icon to read the whole page, the system actually fetches the audio for each word one by one. This approach allows for a karaoke style highlighting where each word lights up as it's spoken. Is the existing speaker button functionality what you were looking for, or did you have something different in mind for reading the entire page? For example, were you hoping to potentially faster playback, even if it meant the word by word highlighting worked differently? No more credits for today. Um, it's not reading the whole thing though.
Once.
You see, it's not doing it.
Upon. Once.
Well, let's see. Maybe, but I'm gonna read that in a second. That's awesome. All right. Let's see. Currently, okay, it's not doing that though. It is not doing that. Let's see if we were to go to the code. And that's the twinkle. Got my mid journey. I'm gonna do the same picture, or I could use the other picture actually. What if, all right, I'm gonna do a little bit of trickery over here. So let me sync to GitHub. Oops. Let's go over here. Let's do a git pull. Cool, we got some new stuff in here. I am going to take the other image from Midjourney. And we're gonna go to here, paste that. And I'm gonna say git commit src updated image on story page, git push, bada bing, bada boom. Let's go back over to this page over here. And let's go with the sync again. Let me go to what? How you like that? How you like that? And now we have this star, which I like this one better. And that one right there. But it's still not reading the...
Once.
Still not reading it as it should be. Oh,
Twinkle.
Something weird happened. Oh, that's not good.
Twinkle.
It's going back to...
Twinkle.
When you click on the speaker, it takes you back to that first page.
Loved.
Okay, fair enough. Okay. Let's see. We're kind of stuck here. So that's not happening. Let's say I'll put it anyways, but I wanted faster playback to read it in regular voice and pace. And that's our show for tonight. That is our show for tonight. Maybe I'll continue with this one next week, as we will have more credits. Maybe I'll continue with it tomorrow as we'll have more credits. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, that's it. I'm wrapping it up. I am wrapping it up. Tell me what Lovable said. It is time to go to sleep because you have no more credits. But as much as we did tonight with 5 credits, we did a lot. For the paid plan, they give it to you you get 100 credits a month. So it's pretty good. That is, and at least 100 credits a month. 200 credits is 50. 400 is 100. 800 credits. So interesting. Interesting. And like I always, let me go back. Let's start wrapping up for tonight. All right. Like I tell you guys, right? You see how me never using Lovable platform before, I was able to build something out. I'll probably like tomorrow morning. I'll probably enter this. I want a faster playback to read a regular voice, and then put it in front of the kid and see how he interacts with it. I know there's not enough pictures in there for him, but I can easily whip up some pictures on. I can go and add a bunch of pictures using Midjourney, and using my editor here, and have it sync. And now we have like some interactive thing. But knowing knowing the code when things happen and understanding what it's telling you and reacting stuff like that is huge. It is huge. All right. So yeah, so many things that are possible, so many opportunities. Get to work though. Like I was telling you at the beginning of the show, you should not let me, who's been doing this for 20 years, keep getting all these opportunities because I am here showing my work and you are watching. You're just hoping somebody's going to reach out to you. No, I put myself out there and people reach out to me, and I'm like, I have to get people to work with me so I can delegate it to them. No one's gonna know what you're capable of if you are hidden. Okay, that is my message to you. Thank you guys so much. Shout out to Favor, amazing questions. Shout out to Philip, amazing question. Shout out to Mr. Web Noob as well over on the Twitch side of the game. Shout out to you. You guys are absolutely awesome and amazing. I truly appreciate you. Let me see. What is this thing? Turn that off. Cool. Perfect. Cool. But we're gonna get out of here. You guys have a wonderful night. Remember, tomorrow morning we're gonna be working on our large language models using Gradio, things of that nature. We're gonna be troubleshooting a little bit what we started on yesterday. Got some errors. We're gonna figure that out. And then at noon Eastern time, I'm gonna be showing you how to create a S3 bucket using Python and the Amazon Boto 3 SDK package, all of that good stuff. So I'm looking forward to seeing you there tomorrow morning and at noon. But that is it for today. That is it for tonight. Thank you guys so much. Favor, shout out to you. Appreciate you for being here. Regardless of the time you get here, I appreciate you. Junior, Mumicify, Roxy, Magnetar, my guy Rod Brown, Philip, I mentioned Junior, Mr. Web Noob. Wish you all the best. Have a wonderful night. Tech Coach Ralph, we are out.
People yap about the dreams they chase, big plans on show in a noisy space, talking loud but moving slow, hollow words where actions go. Shut up and produce, get things done. No one cares about talk spun. Prove your worth or walk away. It's about the work you lay. Empty promises fill the air. Procrastination everywhere. Stop the act, just make the move. Whoa. Show your grind, let talent groove. Whoa. Shut up and produce, get things done. No one cares about talk spun. Prove your worth or walk away. It's about the work you lay. Enough of words, let's see the deeds. Don't just plant but sow the seeds. Show the grit beneath your skin. Let the real work begin. Shut up and produce, get things done. No one cares about talk spun. Prove your worth or walk away. It's about the work you lay. Enough of words, let's see the deeds. Don't just plant but sow the seeds. Show the grit beneath your skin. Let the real work begin. Shut up and produce, get things done. No one cares about talk spun. Prove your worth or walk away. It's about the work you lay. Words, let's see the deeds. Just plant and sow the seeds. Show the grit beneath your skin. Let the real work begin. Shut up and produce, get things done. No one cares about talk spun. Prove your worth or walk away. It's about the work you lay.